what's going on? Already in the middle of a discussion here, so I'm just gonna jump back into that. So he said, so he linked a, I guess a thing from Emma Vigland that
Uh-huh.
says a Twitter. So keep in mind, this is a Twitter post from Emma Vigland with from Axios linking to an Axios article saying DNC officials working on secret report found Gaza stance cost Harris votes, which we already knew. He
Yeah, it's like I thought
says,
that was like kind of common knowledge, but
yeah, he says, funny how you adamantly rejected this, almost like you were suffering a severe case of cognitive dissonance and wouldn't admit it. So I said, first of all,
wait,
fucking
wasn't that wait, I thought he tagged you to like, oh, Biden was like kind of skirting on it, so this is
yeah,
after he.
he
Okay.
never followed that up with like evidence that they were
Okay,
doing
yeah, so I
that.
haven't seen this, so
This
this is
is
like recently.
this is something different because this is not evidence
Mhm.
of the Biden
Yeah, I
thing.
haven't read that. I didn't
Yeah.
read the Harris one specifically.
Well, I mean, he didn't really link anything very good for the Biden thing. It was like a again a Twitter post linking to like a shitty site. Um,
Hmm.
that didn't really tell us
I mean, I
much.
was just kind of thinking, I'm like, I don't know, probably, but I'm like, honestly, if that is true, which I don't know, would be a good call. That's what I would do. Like, man, I'm I'm not dealing with this shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so he
Mm,
hang on, let me
Shots fired.
so he says that, right? And I said, first of all,
Mhm.
fucking relax. Second of all, data is what makes the case. Lastly, if true, this proves the pro Pally crowd gave us Trump. So
What was he accusing you of? Cognitive dissonance because
yeah,
the Dems like are
because
played down Gaza.
he says because the thing says the Gaza stance cost Harris votes, and I'm like, yeah,
I mean, is anybody disagreeing with that? I wouldn't say it was the
yeah.
major reason, but I don't know. Did the hooligans jump on that too? See, the problem is they feed off of each other. They get all riled up about this stuff. But that is a weird one. I'll look at it here in a little bit because that is kind of strange. I mean, I could see him like
Let me
ripping
look
on
at
you
the
for other,
actual.
like
Let me look at the
typical
actual article.
Democrat
Hang
shit.
on. Cost was doing his research. What went wrong?
Well, does it really matter though? It's kind of stupid what he's saying.
Well, because yeah, I want to respond appropriately. Um, I can't even read the full article. Can't even read the full article.
How dare you? I mean, isn't it ultimately making the claim that, everybody covers for Israel, like the Jews, including Dems, and you're complicit? That's basically what's being said.
Hmm. I'm cold.
Also, can't read the full article because it's walled, but it says cost her votes, not that it cost her the election. So maybe clarify your point here. This is so stupid. This is just like this
Yeah, but
is.
what's the consequence of that being true? I'm trying to understand, like, why is that a
Yeah,
diss against
exactly.
you? That's
Yeah,
my-
exactly. I mean, I feel like if it's true,
Well, I mean, I just laid it out for you, just basically like maybe some weak evidence that points to everybody covers for Israel.
yeah. Well, if it's true, that proves my point that the pro Pally crowd fucked us.
It's also a weird conclusion. Yeah, I
Well,
guess.
if it's not that it cost her votes, but if it cost her the election, which means I heard from a lot of these people that the like as soon as she lost, a bunch of them came out and were like, Gaza is speaking, bitch, and shit like that. And now look at the situation.
I don't think like her getting elected really chiefly hinged on how hawkish she was
I don't
about
think so
Gaza.
either. I don't think so either.
I
But
mean, I think, you could say that was like a small, I mean, because it was, yeah, it was a talking point
it's
for sure. But
economics. It's mostly about economics, of course. I mean that's generally the case in like 99% of elections, even across the world in general right now.
yeah.
But it's just like
I mean, if it's supposed to be saying like in hindsight, it's like, oh, I mean, I don't know what like the conclusion is. It's just like, oh, well, if she was harder on that stance, then maybe like, oh, is that what we're doing? Or are we just generally saying like Dems are weak? Which yeah, I don't know, like
no,
I don't know what point of view they're coming from. It doesn't really matter.
I think it's just a oh also, do you see what he? Oh, come on, Josh.
I don't know.
Look at
See what he's getting. Maybe
the
he's.
latest thing he posted in Politics General. I feel like we should get rid of that. Oh,
See. The Tony thing.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's up to you. I mean, I normally would. I mean, just there's got to be consistency with this kind of stuff.
I mean, N words. I don't usually.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like really what it is. It's just like the three of them, and like maybe Daniels sometimes, and they just kind of recycle the same. Like I think you did set up auto mod or a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. I
Yeah,
think
but
you blocked some of the words.
that's gonna pass an auto mod because it's in the picture.
No, I know, because it's an embed link or whatever. Yeah, I get it. Like, that's fine. I mean, I can
Okay.
delete it. That's fine. I'll just do that. Because it's just standalone. It's not really saying anything.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Put
A
together a
fish
report
bot,
on Harris's loss to Donald Trump and close with his pro-Palestinian group. Okay.
Why it matters. A Democrat
Right.
research on what went wrong in 2024. So, I mean, yeah, it just seems like the charges, it's like, oh, they didn't do anything about it, so they're bad, and they didn't tell you that. Which, okay.
Okay. I don't even disagree with this analysis.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Probably. If you're just pointing out that they sucked at the situation too, I guess it's like, I guess. I'm not sure what they were supposed to do about it.
Yeah.
But I also am not as biased towards this. I mean, I have more bias towards against Israel than you do. I mean, I'm a little bit more.
I'm not even trying
I
to.
mean,
I'm not even trying to like be.
no, but you're being pretty good about it too. You're not like
I'm
talking
just
about
trying
it
to
unreasonably.
analyze. You know, because if they're saying that okay, it was lost on Palestine, well then that means because of the pro-Palestinian voting crowd, we have Trump, which is like worse in every respect. I know a lot of pro-Palestinian people who did vote for Harris anyway. But I'm
Well,
sure
either way, it
Leo's gonna
hasn't
come up
really
with some
progressed
justification.
too much. I mean, I guess the war's technically stopped for now.
For now,
I
we'll
don't know.
hope it stays that way.
Yeah, my point is that, like, I mean, based on who's in office right now, I
Oh,
don't know that I just don't even know it would have changed.
yeah. Right, another user today on IMO's this article from late 20s, aggregating 34 polls on
A weapon.
Israel.
If this is is the issue about like arms, like weapons? So now this is more about a weapons embargo issue.
Hang on, let me open this up and take a look here. But I'm also making a response to what he said. So, to be clear, I agree. Stronger stance against Netanyahu would have been helpful. I think it would have been difficult for her to be outright critical of Israel. One thing a lot of people on the pro-Palestinian, I don't want to be so pro-Palestinian side. That's not quite what I'm trying to say. Or I'm just gonna say a lot of people don't really seem to consider is the votes that would also be affected by out against Israel, the Jewish vote and lobby been crucial for a lot of Dem races, past and present. Very fine line to be walked in order to win in environment. U.S. call for ceasefire needs. Okay, yeah. Looking. Kamala would have won with a weapons embargo? I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't even think she could have pulled off a weapons embargo, whatever that, like, you have to be more specific
The
too.
problems I have with these
And I'm all for a weapons embargo, but I don't think that's what it was about. It could be wrong.
lost was economic nature.
Do you think it's?
Don't
I have a psychological
believe
question.
a
What's that?
decision-making number.
Okay, so I will display the context before everyone judges. Bas- Basically, I told a friend of mine, "You are a selfish piece of shit because after you got heartbroken by someone, you started to project the fact you started to project your own pain on other people by just hurting them for no legit reason."
Oh.
And then he started messaging me saying that I hurt his ego, and I did not hurt his ego. I just told him the truth. Like, why would you just come in and hurt people knowing that, like, humans, they just end up leaking who they are? Like you have no right to hurt someone just because you got hurt. It's someone else.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's just messaging me saying that his ego is shattered, and I'm like, dude, just because some shit happened to you in life, you shouldn't project it on somebody else.
What up, Daniel? What up? I feel so tired. Yeah, I do. I actually do an early show every stream day. I feel so tired. Usually it's just for gaming, but we were getting into some things already right now. Back on 24 election stuff. Sorry about that, Rain. Didn't
It's
mean to
okay. I
interrupt
just
you.
finished already. So what's your guys' intake on
I
this
think
topic?
ego death is good, so it's okay that his ego died. It's good.
That didn't like destroy his ego. He said it's his ego when it's his ego has nothing to do with any with. anything. Like imagine if someone was crying in a call. He told me about this. Like this chick was crying on a call, and then he literally like hanged the phone right on her face.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, why would you fucking do that to somebody? And then like you also do some fucked up shit to your family, just because the girl broke your heart before, and you just projecting
Yeah.
it on everyone.
I think it's good that he said his ego is hurt. That's a good thing for your ego to. Um, you shouldn't have an ego.
I mean, I don't think what you're saying is like I highly disagree with you. Like I kind of disagree with you.
That's
Like
fair.
I believe everyone should have an ego, but like not far up that they think that they're better than everyone.
Yeah, well, you can be confident, of course. So like that
Mm,
should be different.
yeah, I just told them because you don't have empathy in people. You only care for the people who care for you. You don't need to be called on everyone. Even a stranger shouldn't be called on them because that's just weird.
Yeah.
Um, Daniel, uh, I don't know if you want to pop into politics general. I'm having a chat with Leo.
Bro, Leo is the biggest guy who likes to post propaganda. He's the CEO of propaganda.
I love him to death anyway. He's a sweetheart, and he does have a good heart. He means well. He's just he's raised by communists.
Yeah, by
Yeah, I mean, basically, like he's kind of reduced. It's like I don't know. He's just sheltered or something.
A little
Italian
bit,
sheltered, I
a
guess.
little bit,
man, I want me a hot dog right now.
You should get one of those punk jean jackets. Wait, what are you thinking? Give me like a nice link. Aurora, what do you think? Should I get a punk jean jacket?
Yes.
Would you like that?
Oh yeah, I'd be into it. Send a link. Let me see. Let me see.
Hmm. Oh my god, my head hurts.
I'm inviting him into VC if he's around. Mistook your blazer one of those with the Doug Kennedy pins and shit on. So hey, that's not a Bible. It's actually a robe that Aurora got me for my birthday. It's got my logo on it. It's got my face on it. It's
Mm.
got Mika on it, and it's got Monty, my last dog, on it. May he rest in peace. What's the topic you're discussing?
Yeah, rest in peace,
Whether
Monty.
Gaza tipped 24.
Hey, my birthday's soon. Speaking of birthdays,
Oh my
When is it?
gosh, you're gonna party.
March 11th. I
Oh,
live in the north.
A family member with us that birthday.
That's crazy.
why are you making a face in chat for, Rain?
I miss the emoji.
For sure you're streaming. You can really help me hit 20. I'm not gonna add you on Discord, but if you want to fucking share my stream somewhere, go for it.
What if they join the server?
Yeah.
You saw my man die. Was less fun than Cuomo. Okay. To be fair,
Get on in here.
Actually, you know what's kind of interesting that this reminds me of. So I was looking into, like this kind of dovetails the whole Citizens United thing. And I was looking at the amount of money spent in lobbying, but more specifically, what they call like dark money, which is that it's um, donations that are anonymous or not reported. And then
Yeah.
it also makes up, a percentage of, internet ads called interest issues, something like this. And just in Biden's campaign, I don't remember what the figure is. I'd have to pull it up, but it'd be akin to saying something like 30 million to 1 million. Like as far as like the like just the amount of money that was poured into the Biden campaign over, and this is 2016, and it was just like, holy shit. And like, I need to pull up the figures, but it's astronomical what it is now. But it kind of goes in counter to what Leo's saying here. Like Mamdani's campaign was a lot less funded than Cuomo. Got a landslide victory. Looking at those figures for Biden's campaign, I'm not saying that's what won him the campaign, but when you look at these dollar amounts, it's insane. It's crazy.
It does do. It does
This,
do a lot.
now I've always been suspicious of everybody on both sides of the aisle when it
Yeah.
comes to money,
I mean, it
but
doesn't
like
guarantee
looking
you
at
a
it
win.
comparatively to the Trump campaign,
Yeah.
it was just insane.
It doesn't
Now it's
guarantee
kind of
you a
flipped in
win,
reverse.
but it does like obviously get your message out there a lot more. But at the end of the day, like I've been saying, the biggest motivator for voters, time and again, poll after poll after poll has shown, is the economy. That's
Well,
what's
yeah.
going to motivate them the most, how they feel about the economy.
No, but I'm just saying, kind of contrary to Leo's point, and I'm like, well, that would be evidence of, an example, like, and I'm telling you, like, the number was just astronomical compared to, like, the figures for Trump, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I'm not arguing the morals or saying that it, like,
I'm not talking
I'm
about.
only just saying, like, these figures that I saw, and I'm like, this
Yeah,
shit's nuts.
I am literally just talking political strategy and political science and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, fundamentally the issues of our
Yeah.
economy.
Like at the end of the day, you can spend a lot of money, but if voters feel like the economy is bad, they're going to vote against the incumbent like 99% of the time. And we saw that not just in the States, but like across the world.
Sure.
That just, that's just.
New York is a special case. Like, New York, I don't think is ever really, because it's just a different culture there. So I don't think that's representative, to be quite honest. You're seeing Democrats, like, we had like Virginia and some other places, but and I really think that's just and it's just about it's people are sick of, like financial situations.
Well, and Mamdani's now having to raise taxes to pay for the stuff he wants to pay for. Which, hey, we knew that was coming. It's raising property taxes.
Obama.
Daniel says, two big things I noticed about Cuomo versus Mamdani. Oh, sorry, I feel so tired. Said, seem to remember people using grassroots campaigns to disguise large donations as far back as 08. Yeah, for sure. People are, there's all kinds of ways they're trying to get their money in. But, like, honestly, like, money powers political campaigns nowadays. Daniel says, two big things I noticed about Cuomo v. Mamdani was favorability. Both Adams and Cuomo had horrible ratings. Yep. Mamdani also conducted a better grand campaign. Adams and Cuomo did like an 80s, 90s style campaign. That time's gone. I literally just said to Leo, to be fair, Mamdani was running against awful candidates and had a well-crafted populist message that will always do well in today's America. But then I also said economy, once again, is a big factor. Adams and Cuomo are going to see as like the establishment or the sort of an incumbency in a sense. And when the economy is doing bad, that automatically works against an incumbency.
I know Virginia is not exactly a great example here, but it was kind of the same thing here. It's like the lady that went spam burgers, like she's tried to run like a whole bunch of times. She's just been like, milquetoast boring. Honestly, I just make fun of her, but she's fine. She's like ex-CIA, like whatever. She's fine. But like the lady she was running against, Winsome Sears, she was like this crazy retired Marine, like out of Norfolk, this black who's just like insane. Like, so it's just kind of like low hanging fruit in a way. It's just like, the opponents are just absolutely kind of just, like the Cuomos have all kinds of issues.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I'm excited for
it's
this
not
race.
really, I don't know, like, people are just sick of this shit.
I'm excited
And
for
it
this
was on
race.
economic issues. They tried to make it about like gender equality things came up, but it just every time that comes up, that was the only thing I'd say with like Democrats and even the Spamberger lady got better about it. Is like not ignoring it, but like focusing too much on those social issues when everybody just cares about the economy.
So I'm really excited about this Senate race in Texas. I like Tallarico. That's a progressive that
Hmm.
I could definitely get behind. He seems to
That's
be
cool.
intelligent. He's got his head on right. He wants to work, as a coalition with the rest of the Democrats. I like him a lot. I think he has a chance of doing well and potentially winning that Senate seat. On the flip side, though, New York City's deep blue progressive territory. Once you go outside New York, Mamdani has a higher negative approval rating in New York State and in the country. Yeah, I mean, if he were running for a statewide or national, you know, position, he'd probably lose. But he didn't need to because he's running in New York City. New York City's pretty progressive. Um, yeah, I like Tallarico. Um, I kind of want Crockett to drop out. There's no way she's winning a statewide election, and she's making things worse for Tallarico. I hope at some point soon she. Well, I guess it's the primaries. She just needs to chill and not be like negative. So to the larger point, I'll have to say he's the most popular Democrat. Oh, do they say that? Because he's not. Let's see. Yeah, the most popular Democrat is good old Barry. Oh, I miss him.
Mm. Let me see if I can find that article again with the figures. That shit was wild. It didn't surprise me, but just like, oh, shit's crazy.
I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, Daniel, they're just
Open
wrong. The
secrets.
most popular Democrat in the country is Obama. Mamdani's like, well, according to YouGov, he's eighth. He's eighth, below Joe Biden,
Obama.
Gavin Newsom, AOC. Elizabeth Warren is pretty high up there. Kamala, Bernie, but really, Kamala is that popular? So why the fuck didn't y'all get out there and vote for her? Jesus, annoying. Annoying. So annoying. Because the working class can't be trusted. What are you gonna do? Wait, no, hang on. The working class is like one of the staples of blue votes. The more progressives who like didn't vote, stayed home and didn't want to vote for Kamala on the Democrat side, aren't they mostly like middle class, college educated, young? Usually working class Dems are pretty reliable for votes.
Damn.
Like
Because
to
they
think
don't
so.
have the privilege to like stay out of it. Leaving out the Reagan Democrats 2.0, I saw being responsible for a Trump victory. Let's see. My understanding was that it was young voters that tipped Trump over the edge. Like there was an influx of young male white voters, and then a lot of young Dem voters stayed home. Unless I'm tripping. Daniel, does that track?
Wow.
What?
I'm looking at this table, and it's saying
Mhm.
like top 10 overall dark money groups. Like the first one is Future Forward USA Action, pro Democrat, 304 billion.
Oh boy.
The second Majority Forward pro Democrat, 136 billion. That's
What kind
crazy.
of wait? Like what are we talking about? Like how much they're worth? How much they donate over a certain amount of time? Like what?
Yeah, I know. I'd have to dig into more. I'm just, just take it with a grain of salt what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying, but
mm-hmm.
like this is crazy. I've never heard of the One Nation pro Republican, 122 billion. Securing American greatness, pro Republican. This is crazy. Source the Brennan Center. So again, take it with a grain of salt, but this is
Sure.
data that was been reported to the FEC. Oh,
Democrats have been trending down from working class voters, but Biden managed to get many of them back. Kamala didn't do that well with blue collar voters. She also performed worse with minorities and Biden. Yeah, but I thought like the big thing that everyone was talking about for Trump was that he got all of these young voters. No, wasn't that a thing that happened? All of these like young voters who are like watching Joe Rogan and shit like that. Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Did I perform 18 to 25 demo men? That's true. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I remember that being like a big old ting. So the internet ecosystem, I think, I also don't think either party has used the net well, but then the right has that little Gamergate thing, and I think is responsible for a lot. Yeah, but like, on the other side, on the bright side, a lot of those young voters, those young male voters who went to Trump, currently polls are showing that many of them are regretting that decision now. So, you know. The thing with a lot of young voters is, they haven't been around that long in like, as part of the voting public is being old enough to like be impacted by shit like that. So there's just a little bit of, I hate to use this term, but there's a little bit of fuck around and find out. And it's just kind of how it has to go sometimes, I guess. They managed to do a good job, like, courting those voters, and you're seeing the polls show that a lot of them are starting to regret that decision. So, moral regret, I'm not interested. What do you mean, like, if it's economic versus moral? I saw those private prison stocks go up when he got in electorally. It's going to take a bit more than tariffs hurt my business for me to say they'll come back around. There's some evil people out there and it needs to be accounted for culturally. I mean, yeah, I agree. But, like, if you look at like the vast majority of the American public, most of them are not like, oh my God, we need a nationalist white America, blah 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 blah. Those are like a lot of the talking heads. Most of them have just been convinced that immigrants are like the cause of certain problems, but then they see like the way that ICE is acting, and they're starting to question that. He has lost a lot of support on immigration, so some of it is definitely moral. But some of it is economic as well, and you know, I'll take what I can get. Honestly, I'm trying to win. You know. Respecting someone like us since Fight Club came out, my opinion is we need to deal with the Durdans at some point here. I mean, like, you're not entirely wrong. I agree. There are way too many people who feel like they're living in the plot of some movie, and it's really weird, and it causes people to make bad decisions. One of the people's NPCs identifies a person who psychologically is incompatible with the Republic, let's say. Yeah, I agree. And there is a lot of that on the internet. I mean, what else can we do but continue to fight against it? My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. Problem for democracy is we can't tell the difference between a lovable asshole and an affable psycho. I mean, we can. Some of us can.
Oops. That doesn't make any sense. So I just responded to Josh from a while back when he asked you about Citizens versus United, and your response here about money being a big part of it. I think in part answers what Josh was really looking for, which is just like, how can this be allowed?
I mean, I don't know. I think he wants me to like take a moral stance on Citizens United. And,
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying to you, which is difficult. I understand.
yeah.
I think he anticipates that you'll give well response about, well, it's just competition or something like that.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, part of it is it's like, okay, there's one side of the argument that says, well, like, if somebody owns a company, right, isn't it within their right to, like, make a decision how that company that they own demonstrates its own political point of view, which is this idea of personhood for a company, right? But also at the same time, the amounts of money that are being used are insane, and they tip scales in the
Well,
favor
I
of
mean,
large corporations
here's what the
versus
argument.
individual people.
You get that sort of right. Here's what the argument boils down to. First of all, with respect to corporate personhood, that's already a thing, right?
Yeah.
A corporation is considered an entity, it has extended to it most of the constitutional rights a person does.
Mm-hmm.
There's some exceptions. We don't need to really get into it. It's not important here. What came to matter was is spending money on political speech, what they consider to be political speech, a form of censorship, and they considered that yes, it is. So, in other words, you can spend spending money is a form of political speech, and that's
Mm-hmm.
protected by the First Amendment. And so, it also comes down to it's like, well, it's your right to be anonymous, even as a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it comes down to whether it can be censored based on amounts of money spent. And there's some like little peculiar rules, like what United versus Citizens was about was the business where you can't name a candidate's name like within 30 or 60 days of a primary, something this to this effect. And they're kind of arguing about like this movie, the Michael Moore movie, Fahrenheit 9/11.
Right.
But what it really reversed was a previous law that actually, put a cap on that.
Right.
And also was stricter on, actual reporting. So this, when I read it, I was pretty, reading through it, I'm like, oh, this is shocking, this is terrible. But when it comes down to constitutional question, I'm like, oh, well, this is a problem.
Right.
I definitely have a serious issue with, and I don't really understand all the ins and outs, but like with respect to campaign and political contributions, I know it's always been screwy, but I just feel like, things like this and it just to me, it just seems, it just strengthens my distrust in general of politics because of because of the anonymity, the fact that we can't trace this stuff. And I mean, we can talk about people are going to vote in interest of the economy and stuff like that, but you've also got to admit that somebody has just a disproportionate amount of money for the everyday person. I might not know who somebody is, and it's just it becomes pretty ridiculous. And also, it's not just even about political candidates, it's also just, I mean, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use the Israel ads as an example. It's even darker on like the internet because there's the section 230, and just lax regulation there. But I would also say political advertising, like what the Israeli ads were pretty ridiculous. I mean, I talk to people who are like pretty Dems, like pretty social economically up there, and I'd be like, hey, do you see these kind of ads? They were I feel like in the advertising landscape, and I'll use them in particular because you would see that it's like, oh, this is paid for something that sounds official, and and I'm sorry to single them out, but those were pretty egregious. You have other examples like this. You don't know who the hell is funding this stuff, and it's called these issue advocacy
Well,
reasons,
to be clear,
where it's intentionally opaque
just to
and
put
vague. You
a
don't really know what they're telling you.
yeah, just to put a little of another side on that. For all the money that was going into advertisements from Israel, there's also a lot of money coming from Qatar into college programs and stuff like that. So it's all over.
Oh yeah, I would hear
place.
from other people.
Yeah.
I can also say this. What I'm saying for me, like in my look, it's also going to be targeted based on a
Yeah.
bunch of other things about my
Mhm.
profile, which is another thing about like this advertising. But other people, I don't know about like commercials per se, but other people I talk to, it's just like their YouTube or social media was just completely gummed up with the complete opposite messaging.
Yeah.
For me, it was just more.
But
I'm only really speaking to specific ads like that Netanyahu
sure,
narrated,
sure.
where I felt I'm like, this is intrusive.
But really quick, just to sort of comment on the Citizens United issue. Like, I agree that all of this money in politics is very troubling to me, and it bothers me, and it makes me suspicious. But then also from the constitutional perspective, um, you know, the court's job is to rule on a constitutional perspective, and so while I may have trouble with it, at the same time I have to consider the constitutional argument. That doesn't mean I'm like morally okay with it and I think it's totally fine, but it does mean that I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, I may
Yeah,
not
so I was
agree
really
with
reluctant to
this.
bring up the concept, but that's what because I mean I was reading it and I was like, at first I was kind of mad. I was like, why would Roberts side this way? Roberts is usually pretty good, and I'm like, I bet when and it was kind of a wild case reading through it. I'm like, I bet when I get to the end of this, I'm gonna be like, shit, like if you're arguing it from that perspective, what
Yeah.
Josh usually reminds me of a lot of the stuff that he'll argue from is, like moral or virtue, which, sometimes I analyze issues about more like contractually. It's like, can it technically be done or not?
Right. Well, and like from a moral problem, there's obviously a moral issue of corporations
Like, I have
having.
lots of issues about it. I don't know what they should do about it. I think there should be something done about it because I do think it's insane. Like, when I hear in passing something about like Turning Point, I'm like, oh man, there's so many
Yeah,
organizations
but
like this. It's
but
so weird.
so the issue then
JD Vance,
becomes.
I'm like, this shit's
Right.
weird.
The issue then becomes, how do you do that, right, without violating the First Amendment rights? And that's the difficult part. That's what the ruling was
Yeah.
about. So that's like the big question, because I agree,
Well, and so that's the
right?
pragmatist in me. Like, I think that sometimes, maybe Josh et al., just kind of expect you to give a defensive answer about it, which, to me is just like, I don't like it, but I see, like, when I read kind of like what Robert, why they decided that way, I'm like, I don't really necessarily agree that political speech should be protected like that. I have different ideas altogether. But,
Well, yeah.
that's what it
Well, I
says.
mean, I might not necessarily agree with that either, but the fact of the matter is, the Supreme Court is ruling on constitutionality, right? And
Yeah, I mean,
whether.
we would have to. We're basically arguing. Are we saying that money is a form of political speech? Spending money is a form. It's just, And I'm like, well, I mean, if that's what we're arguing it based on, like what the First Amendment says, I'm like,
Right.
I guess I don't know if I agree with that, but I defer
Well,
to them on that. I'm
I
like, I
mean,
understand what they're saying.
I think one could make the argument that, um, who you as an individual donate to, right, is is free speech, right? That's a form of free speech that's political. So like you, if you
Well, and
donate.
also the other big main retort is just like rolling back corporate personhood, right? A corporation, being basically as an entity, right?
Right, that would be
But
another.
like you see, the problem I see with that is in like, well, the issue is that I mean, from a business perspective, it's like, you have LLCs, LLPs, so it's like the corporate entity, as it's, being separate from shareholders or owners or whatever, it like is completely woven into like the process of like setting up business, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so that's the whole point. It's just like you have different, like if you're a public facing company, it's a different setup, like in terms of liability and all this stuff. And I mean, corporations as an entity don't have, I think, one for one, as a natural person, as they call it.
Yeah. Well,
But they basically have all those same constitutional rights.
well, yeah, but so like you can see why, my answer to Josh was like, yeah, obviously there are issues with like money in politics, but it's not something I'm just going to be able to write out with a pithy response in, a Discord chat. It's a whole conversation that has to be had.
Well, and this is kind of the thing. What's really interesting for because I took a like a 400 level philosophy class. Like this is in my undergrad for business.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wrote my paper on, I would try to write a persuasive essay or point on actually favoring more censorship. I didn't cover all mediums. I mostly covered just television. But what I kind of found out really quickly trying to do this, that was basically the entire class's grade was that I couldn't argue that point because outside of like broadcast, which is really like radio, and then like your local TV stations that you can get
Mm-hmm.
with rabbit ears. Outside of that, where the FCC, really, kind of it's considered public. You can't. I can't
Yeah,
say like, oh, because you have the tools. You don't have to watch cable television.
exactly.
You don't have to go to the movies and watch this thing because you're subscribing to it. And on top of that, these companies usually give you tools to block these things out. But the point, it's just like Twitter. It's like you don't have to engage with the content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it tricky. I mean, among a lot of other things, right?
Yep.
Them not being considered, being liable. This goes back to like net neutrality things too. It gets really convoluted, and so trying to make a case for like, my whole thing was kind of stupidly like this nip tuck stuff. This is too much for daytime TV. I also grew up through the 80s and 90s where like like FCC, like it seemed to drastically change. I mean, I just remember in the 90s, like hearing a swear word like on television, daytime television was crazy, crazy, just absolutely bananas. It's been, and I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's just been a lot different.
Yeah, I
And
know.
what
I
I just
remember
kind of
that too.
found out, I wrote about this in my paper. It was like the Janet Jackson wardrobe thing in the Super Bowl.
Oh
Like, yeah, that
yeah.
applied because it was broadcast TV, but it wasn't like, even that's really hard to argue. Some people tried to sue or whatever, but it was obviously an accident. Point being, it's just like you can't even argue like
I mean,
censorship
like,
when
was
you're like
it? I feel like it's
engaging.
hard to. Okay, not to derail for a second, but I feel like, is it an accident if you're wearing that nipple ring? Can we be like for real?
Yeah, I mean, what she was wearing was pretty, skimpy. I
Yeah, but
mean,
like, who goes and does a Super Bowl show with a big sun-shaped nipple ring and then accidentally exposes it?
well, you know what? I mean, that's what angry parents are asking. You're
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
like I would.
It was a pretty sexually explicit dance. It was Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake. And she was wearing, some like Lil Kim outfit, which from my recollection, was pretty hot. I didn't actually see it. And
truce.
that
I
shit
feels
came
like
up, and I'm like, I don't know if he ripped it off her or what, but
I did see it, right, and
I'm sure I watched it. I just don't really remember. Yeah,
she's
it kind of looked like it was
wearing
part of the show.
she's got this fucking nipple ring that's like a sun shaped, like big ornate thing, and I was like, there's no way you're just wearing that casually to your
Well,
Super
so
Bowl
like, wait,
halftime
maybe I
show.
didn't see it. It's like basically, it's just kind of like a. Usually, you wear like a beige, like it just goes over like the nipple area, right? And it's
No,
something that
yeah,
just sticks to
no,
the skin, right, to cover the nipple.
she was wearing like a whole ass nipple ring thing. I feel like I need to show you
Like
so
a
you
ring?
understand.
Jeez.
Hang on.
Yeah, you're making it sound like it's Care Bear cartoonish looking.
Like I don't see how someone wears this accidentally, okay?
I mean, I'll look it up. I mean, because what you're describing, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it.
Yeah, let me here. I will send it
Was
to
it
you.
Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction? That's what they
Yeah,
called it.
here's a search. And you tell me if someone's going to wear this if they're not trying to show their nipple off. Pardon the ridiculously long link.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, I see this up close. Let me just. That looks like some. Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
Yeah!
Whoa. Okay. Hold
Yeah!
on. Like, I mean, that looks nice, but I'm like, whoa. That's not what I. That's not a
Yeah!
concealer right there. That is not.
No!
That is a. That is That's a
That's a
BDSM
nipple.
ornament right
That
there.
is a
Like, like,
nipple, and that is
whoa.
a very
Wait,
ornate
this is what
nipple
she was
ring.
wearing?
That is
Holy
what was
shit.
on
Maybe
her
I didn't.
nipple.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what the fuck? She's wearing like this samurai, like,
Yeah.
what? Wait, what? I guess I didn't actually see this.
But do you see my
Whoa,
point? Do you see
dude.
my point? Like, who's wearing that
Okay,
ring
like,
on
this
their
is it.
nipple
I
to a
can't believe I
Super
wrote a
Bowl
paper about
halftime
this and I
show?
didn't see it.
Because think about this. That's gotta be
Okay, this
so
is a little bit wild.
uncomfortable.
All right,
No,
I could see parents being like, "This is satanic."
but like,
God
think about
damn.
it. Think about it. That's gotta be so uncomfortable. There's no reason you're wearing that and then just
What is that? That
accidentally.
doesn't just pop out either.
Yeah,
Like,
like you're definitely wearing that because you know you're gonna show your
yeah,
nipple to
dude.
the country.
Dude,
That's my
okay, like
point.
I'm with you on this. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is this is outrageous.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was happening. Holy shit! I guess I didn't. Wow, I wish I.
You
My
want to know a
God,
really funny part of the story? So, um, the Super Bowl halftime
this
show
is
is on.
insane. It's kind of a horny picture too.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, I gotta get out of here.
what? Let's see. It
I
was
know. I'm like, I gotta stop looking at
2000.
this.
It was like early 2004. So I'm like 13, right? And
Holy shit! Oh my
we
God.
are at the ambassador's house in Haiti for a Super Bowl
Oh my
party with
God.
the embassy, with all the embassy people.
So this is what I mean. This is on broadcast.
And
Holy
I
shit!
am the
This is
only. I feel like
wild.
I'm the only one watching the halftime show because it happened. All the adults are like chatting with each other, having their little fucking hors d'oeuvres and wine and shit. And I'm looking around like, did anybody else just fucking see that? And it seemed like
These
nobody else
pictures, yeah,
reacted
these
to it.
pictures are like, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa, what was going on? I knew that they danced, but what? Oh my
yeah.
God.
That is not.
Holy shit. Okay, I mean, like, fair enough. I mean, I
Yeah,
wish I,
you are
oh
not
my God.
wearing that nipple ring like just casually under your clothes. That would be so uncomfortable. There's no way you
You are
would
not going to be
choose
posing
to
like
do
that
that.
for half a second.
Yeah.
What? That's
Yeah, and I
insane.
agree, Daniel. The move that Justin Timberlake did, pulling it down, seemed too choreographed, and her response to it was too calm for it to have been unplanned. It was supposed to make a statement. Yeah, like I think eventually
I felt
someday.
like the scene was like he kind of like ripped it off her basically.
Yeah, I wonder if there's
I
like
guess I
some
didn't
sort
actually
of
see it because I'm looking at those pictures. I'm like, I don't remember this. This is
what's
crazy.
what's the statute of limitations on indecent exposure? I'm curious. Um,
I don't think I know at the time because I wrote the paper around like right after this happened. A lot of complaints went into the FCC.
three
I don't
years.
remember ultimately what happened, but basically they got
Well,
away with it.
they are well past the statute of limitations. I wonder
Well,
because
yeah,
like
this is over 20 years ago.
yeah, at some point they're gonna come out, I'm sure, and be like, yeah, we did it on purpose, right?
I don't know. I mean, I've never heard anybody bring it up at this point. Like I said, I know there was a lot of complaints to the FCC. This was one of the examples I wrote about. I can't even remember what exactly happened, but I guess the argument was, it was, like I don't remember it being like you said. It's just like who plans to wear that? I thought you were just describing like a flamboyant like nipple cover or something.
No, I
I'm like,
mean,
nah, man,
no.
that's jewelry.
And it was like Velcro. It like came off like Velcro
Yeah, that's see,
too.
I thought like maybe I saw like, still images in newspapers, maybe they're being conservative because I swear it was something like I'm like wasn't the move like his back was kind of the audience, he like kind of ripped something off her accidentally. I'm just like I
It
don't know
was
how that
like, I
happens.
mean, when you get a chance, I recommend like you watch the actual moment if you can like find it. I'm sure you can find it.
Hmm.
It there's no fucking way. There's just no fucking
Part of
way.
me is wishing it's like, man, I guess I wish I kind of watched this at the time because I was just writing, I guess writing this based off of what was said, and I never actually looked at it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
there's
is pretty ridiculous. I thought it was just like, oh, she's wearing like a scanty, like, dress, and he
nah,
like ripped off a shoulder pad or something by accident, something like this.
no. That was a
That's
Velcro.
pretty, yeah, that's pretty
That
specific
was
right
a
there. I mean, why is she
Velcro
wearing
titty
that
cover
though?
right there. That's what that was.
Yeah, you're not
Close
wearing
no
those
shot.
nipple. You're just not. That would be. I mean, you're just not. I mean, is this Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with you. That'd be so uncomfortable just to be wearing those.
Daniel says
I
that's
mean,
why
it's
there's
cool if
a
you're in your own private
Daniel says
stuff,
that's why
but
there's a 5 second delay in Super Bowl in streams of the Super Bowl in response. It's just long enough to censor. Yeah,
yeah,
but I don't think anyone's ever gonna. That was a iconic, once in a lifetime moment. No one else is gonna
yeah.
pull that off.
But yeah, that was a big deal. But I don't really think, anything major happened. Like, there wasn't any major ruling because of that.
I feel so tired. Says I want a 5-second delay blooper reel. Nice. Isn't that what Ethan has the button for? No. So if he says something fucked up, they can censor it first.
Uh, I don't know anything else about Citizens United, though. Your response is kind of like, some of their things are bad. I mean, I don't know anything else about them except they seem just one of those annoying fucking groups.
Wait, who?
You said something to the effect of, you're like, I don't like everything Citizens done. I don't know anything about them except that court case.
No, I meant I meant the ruling in the court case.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I wasn't sure when you responded. I'm like, if he's just referring to like citizens in general, I'm like, I don't know anything about that.
No. Yeah, I
I just
mean
mean like,
specifically
the
like
conclusion,
yeah,
like what this means.
and what it means. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean like my general point was it's fucking complicated.
Yeah.
Which it is, you know.
Mm.
It's a complicated issue, which is why it's been a hot topic for so long.
Hot topic.
Oh man. Like now though, it's like hard to see that as like the main issue that we have in politics because there's so much else going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many other things to fix first before we fix Citizens United.
Well, lobbying and special interest groups and all that has been a problem for a very long time. I think things like that like have really stood in the way for legislation, possibly for things like uh, like a Medicare, healthcare
Yeah,
stuff,
I
some
mean
other things.
to an extent, if you do look at the amount that lobbyists actually spend, it is generally not that much.
But it's not
Like
just the lobbyists; it's just really redefining what lobbyists is. So when it's just special interest, corporations and stuff,
uh,
just um, that's always been a problem. It's been a problem for thousands of years. But
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, there's just less and less transparency. Like, it's hard for me to. It boggles my mind to think about things like, okay, this JD Vance guy sold this book, and Peter Thiel, like, I mean, I guess we just know at least, like donated like, I don't know, 10 million, 15 million. And this happens like all the time, but with, less and less transparency, I do really kind of wonder, you get like these Elon Musks and all that, they just have a fuck ton of money and, elites are going to pool money together. And I'm just, I don't know. It's just the dirty side of politics that I don't really like. Everybody scratching each other's backs. It just
right.
feels even a little bit more insidious because I think there's just a lot more things at play that we don't understand. So, we have like, the cryptocurrency stuff.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think
just
it's more.
we have a lot of changes in financial regulation that, to me, like, I'll be the first to admit, like, I don't really understand the implications of some of this stuff, but I do feel like there's just maybe probably a lack of enforcement,
So
just a general
I would
deregulatory environment.
yeah, I would personally generally say it's a lot more about the implications of the impacts on markets rather than directly about how much money lobbyists are putting into things. That seems
No,
to be
but I'm
like a
just saying
big.
there's a measure of, I'm just saying like lobbyists plus, just all these other groups, like how much control they have over pushing certain things that, we socially reject. I mean, so it just kind of just, but it just ultimately just amplifies distrust. And what to go, I mean, like,
Yeah,
do you trust anything that they have to do, say about health stuff, like look at the DOJ? Agriculture, I don't know, like, they keep passing just, weird, bills and stuff that just kind of make you wonder what the fuck's going on. We'll survive it. I'm just saying. I feel like it's almost just like, yeah, there's just like a lot of insider shit going on. It's just pretty blatant.
I
I
mean,
can't
yeah,
directly prove it, but
there certainly is. There's always a lot of insider trading going on, unfortunately.
yeah.
Um, they're trying to pass laws to stop it. We'll see if they go through. We'll see how well they actually prevent it.
I mean, we'll see how he responds to. I mean, the Supreme Court, made that ruling on the tariff thing, which is cool. But it also seems like Trump doesn't really care. I'll have to see exactly. Didn't he
Um,
respond like, "Oh, tariff
yeah.
15%"? I don't know.
So he's doing this tariff. That's only, I believe, 150 days, and then Congress has to extend it. There's still the question of whether he can just redo it again after 150 days. But there are going to be
Mm-hmm.
challenges to it, I'm sure, if he does that, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, didn't he put it under like the International Emergency Economic Powers Act? So one thing I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed since his presidency, with all of these executive orders, he puts it under, like the Executive Economic Emergencies Act. I'm like, I don't really hear people talking about that, but I'm like, if anybody fucking notice, on every EO he puts that there, which is kind of important because it's basically saying, in the name of security, like,
Yeah.
I have to do this thing. Because economics is like, included in that. And I'm like, this is kind of like a blanket all. He also ends each one with saying, like, some kind of disclaimer about like how it's not his fault. It's like almost contractually, which I think is kind of interesting. But
Mm.
everyone's like, an economic emergency act declaration, which I'm like, it's really interesting because that's just being used, as an, and you could see how it can be argued for some of these things, but it's like just de facto on all of this stuff.
Oh, yeah. I
So
mean,
I hope like the Supreme Court
he's
ruling
just going to
maybe
do
will extend to
whatever.
stuff like that.
Because the point isn't actually, obviously, to have it as an economic emergency. The point is to use whatever methods necessary to do the thing that he wants to do. So whether he's going to
Yeah.
use that act to do it or something else, it's like, okay, I really don't particularly care. I'm gonna find whatever little way to weasel, into the
Well, that's
outcome that
exactly
I
what it's doing.
want.
I mean, it's just as a way as, in defense of, taking executive authority, right?
Yeah.
I mean, which is not, I mean, I don't think it's good. So hopefully stuff like this, maybe that'll be weighed on too. I feel like he's just taking a lot of, it's obviously disproportionate, and the executives' power right now. I mean, they've been just doing a lot of stuff, right? But this
Mm-hmm.
is one good thing, I guess. We'll see what happens. He doesn't seem to respect it at all, which I guess isn't surprising.
Yeah. I mean, at least one thing I can say is they haven't been, you know, totally ignoring Supreme Court rulings.
We'll see.
Mm. We will indeed. One hopes things will improve, but you never know.
What is Leo shitting on the Navy?
Yeah, he is.
Cheap.
He's
That's where I could like it. That's where I can get like
get him.
a little emotionally unhinged, like if you start doing that. Even though everything that's fucked up, I'm like, man, no,
I
I have
love it
to.
when you get them. I say go for
I'm gonna have to backhand your little bitch ass.
it.
You don't have to like the military or military actions, and there's a lot of things to critique, obviously, but
Uh-huh.
I don't want to hear your little bitch ass when, like, you just sit around behind a keyboard and you haven't done shit.
Agreed.
Get the fuck out of here with that. Oh, look, it's the Swede.
Hey!
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Oh.
Disgusting leftist.
I don't know if you're muted but we can't hear you. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, hi.
hello.
How you doing, bud?
I'm alive.
That's
You
good.
filthy leftist.
I'm sorry, what now?
She called
Filthy
you,
leftist.
yeah, filthy leftist.
I'm not a leftist, so
I don't know, man. You come from the Scandinavian countries.
um, yeah, that's why I know socialism is incorrect.
Yeah,
You
I
see,
know. I do. It does make me chuckle, like how much people think the Scandinavian countries are. Oh, they're so socialist. It's like,
actually, we're more free market than
yeah.
the
That's what I
U.S.
always say. People be like, "Well, what kind of government would you like?" I'd like one like Sweden. They're like, "Oh, socialist," and I'm like, "No, as free market as possible with really good, strong safety nets." So
No,
that
I mean
people
the
can take
safety
advantage
nets
of
are
it.
safety nets are debatable if they're strong or not.
Well, we can always make them a little stronger.
I mean, to be fair, like the U.S. has stronger safety nets if you know how to navigate the system. Like, like
Oh.
well, materially, right? So in the U.S., you can get $700 for food through SNAP, right? Or could at
Yeah,
least
you just
most
gotta know
probably.
the right. I mean, yeah, it's like a.
And then you could get both state and municipal housing allowances. Uh, you could get like child benefit and whatnot. Like you can get the medical deferrals and whatnot for like aid rendered, and so pretty much, like if you do it like properly, you can get way more in the U.S. than you could in Sweden. It's just
Um.
easier.
Yeah. We don't have health care though.
Oh, you do?
I mean, in some places we do.
No, no. In the entirety of the U.S., you do. You just
No,
don't
if
pay
you
the
like
bill.
make under a certain amount of money, basically that's everywhere. You can apply to your municipal and get on your state's Medicaid, and there'll be like a basic level of care
But
that you can get.
aren't there states that have like opted out of the markets?
No,
Well, no, this is like not market related. Like this
Oh.
is the Medicare plan. That's like required.
Oh, Medicare. Right, right, right. You're right. You're right.
well,
Yeah,
Medicare is at
you'd
the
think
federal
that
level, so Medicaid is your state, right? So like you might not qualify for like Medicare at a federal level, but your state will. So generally, if you like make under a certain amount of money, you can, and it's just like SNAP benefits and things like this too. So if you meet certain qualifications, which is basically you're poor, you have like very low income, then you can qualify for these benefits. And so, like I said, for your state's Medicaid, it's like you get that, and like there'll be a basic level of care that you can get. Not like maybe specialist, but it's usually it's kind of decent. I mean, I don't know what the requirements are state to state, but yeah, you're gonna get basic care.
Also,
Like
then you have the fun hack of not giving them your identification card when you've received treatment, and then you don't have to pay because they don't know who the fuck you are.
Hey,
I
that is
mean,
a
I
cool
do,
hack.
take issue sometimes with like some of the, because sometimes some of these programs run out of money. There's also like a lot of participants in the system, where you don't have to show, residency or identification. It depends. So you can see a lot of people like, applying for, the state pool of benefits that, I think is a little unfair, but
Well, it'd be nice if we just had a nationwide public option and didn't have to worry about it. But
Well, I mean, the U.S. likes levels of bureaucracy on levels of bureaucracy. You're like a
we
bureaucracy cake.
that is true. We do love our bureaucracy. We think it's really great, quite amazing.
Well, I don't know if he likes it, but
Nothing
like
bad can
in
happen.
general,
It can only good
historically,
happen.
Sorry, go ahead.
it can only good happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can
No,
only good happen.
Okay. I mean, in general, the U.S. historically has always like leaned on the side of like fairly extensive bureaucratic state
Hmm.
apparatuses. Uh, so you both have like like it's in like the foundation elements of your government, right? So like you have both state governments and the federal government. So you have already there you have like two levels of like redundancy or stupidity, call it what you want.
Yeah. Although to be fair, like the state government redundancy is done because of the balance of powers, and there are benefits there to having the balance of powers between states and federal government.
I mean, that's like generally the issue with like federalized systems vis-a-vis a unitary state model.
Yeah, because I mean, like, imagine if they were able to decide to just outlaw abortion nationwide. They can't. That's, I think, a good thing. So at least there are states that women can go to in the
Oh,
meantime.
actually, they can. They can. They just need to pass an amendment to the constitution.
Okay, but like that
So, like, your
that ain't
argument
happening.
is your argument is invalid.
Well, no, that's I mean, okay, they technically can. Will they be able to? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, but like the question is, will they be able to in the unitary state model as well? No, probably not, because it wouldn't be like the dichotomy of choice where like, oh, uh, this state like has 49% of voters voting for this candidate and 51% of voters voting for that candidate.
Well,
Like you wouldn't have the electoral college in a system like that, for example.
Barcode, he was being somewhat tongue in cheek sarcastic. He didn't actually be like, "Oh yeah, it's so easy, just pass an amendment." um, yeah, I don't know. I think with a country as large as the U.S., with so many different interests being represented in different states, having a
I mean, that's a completely different question though. Like, right? Yeah, I'm
well,
just saying, like in like functionally, like
yeah,
how a country operates, it's way more effective in a unitary state model.
even for a country as large as this one, you think?
Probably, yeah.
Well, because like I think the problem that we have is like again when
I
you
think you're making it out more making it out to be more complicated than it
well,
is.
it's not about
Like,
complication. To be clear, my point isn't about complication. My point is about like differing interests in different regions of the country.
oh, I mean,
When you have
I
so
don't know, I
many
don't give a shit
different
about Utah's interests.
well, that's the thing is like if people in one part of the country want to have certain differences between another part of the country, they're able to do so as long as it's not violating the Constitution and federal law. And so you still have the unitary component of what's able to be done, federally. It just takes a little bit more work to do that because it's going to apply to a much wider range of people. Whereas
Yeah,
within a
yeah,
state,
I'm like my point being right, like initially, right, was that uh, Americans have a tendency to claim that their government system is the quote unquote freest, but like you have levels of bureaucracy on levels of bureaucracy. It's like
mm,
not very free. In like, for example, if you look at the Cato Institute, like the U.S. is not like ranked in the top of that,
Steele, if you
like the
hate
freedom index.
if you hate freedom, just say so, okay?
No, you're not free. That's my point.
Cato Institute is, communist propaganda.
That's my point. Like
That's
you're not free. Like bitches.
I'm just kidding. But
Mm.
yeah, that's funny hearing someone like hearing people call the Cato Institute communist propaganda.
Yeah, he had some beef with it. I forget what. They put out some good stuff. I like Cato Institute.
Yeah, they're generally pretty economically literate, I would say, right? Aren't they more like libertarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, smart libertarians, not the literally zero regulation ever on anything libertarians, but smart libertarians often have
You're saying they're not anarcho
right,
Look, they're
right,
just post-Soviet countries.
yeah. Well, because now there's all this there's this movement of libertarians who are just straight up anarcho-capitalists, which is weird.
Yeah, but like they've just co-opted the name. Like they're not really libertarian.
Right. No, I
Like
agree.
Yeah, when you say libertarian, I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, like actual libertarians. Like economically, generally, or I'm not too like, I don't have too many issues with.
I mean, you're gonna have, assumingly, like you're gonna have some issues like with um, the relationship between the citizen and the government, where you differ from like where libertarians generally would fall on like issues like that.
Yeah, like I'm probably gonna be a bit more forward on like
For
regulation by the government.
for example, you would probably be in favor of like a conscription model, versus vis-a-vis
Right.
like libertarians would not be
Would not be yeah.
inherently.
Right. So yeah, there's going to be certain differences, but also like in general, right? Like I generally believe in the liberal model of as many individual freedoms as you can have. So like most of the time, I get along with libertarians in a lot of ways. Again, actual libertarians. I mean, I would consider myself like, I guess if you're looking at the chart, probably libertarian left. Right? Because they have those nifty little quadrant.
Oh, you mean the political compass chart?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably, yeah.
I do find it interesting, like how you can be socially conservative considering yourself a libertarian.
Well, you can't, because then you don't really understand the core fundamentals of like the ideology, right?
Right. Because you're like trying to restrict certain rights.
Well, it's not about that. Like the issue, right, is they don't understand like where the involvement of the government ends vis-a-vis the interaction with like it's the citizen. Like anything that is not harming the function of the government ought to be legal, right? In the philosophy of like libertarianism.
Yeah, generally, like your freedom goes as far as and also like the health and safety and freedom of others, right? Like your freedom goes as far as the other people's freedom and health and liberty and all that shit.
Yeah, so like, but for example, from the point of view of the government, like when you're, say, restricting access to like abortions or like whatnot, or like marriage or marriage rights or whatever, right? Where like as long as it doesn't actively go against the entity of the government has no ability to like make that action illegal.
Right.
So, for example, yes, insurrection, for example, would be an illegal action under a libertarian system.
Well,
because that is an active threat towards the government, right?
Basically, if you say I don't like Trump, that's insurrection now. So
Nah, well, I mean, you have like there is like legal distinct definitions of what the fuck an insurrection is, and that ain't it.
Cheek, yeah. But it's the reason I say it is because like during the protests against ICE, everything was insurrection. Everyone's an insurrectionist. If anyone dies, they're an insurrectionist, right? Immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're using the argument like that's because like the Democrats were like, it's an insurrection, the storming of the Capitol, right?
Well, storming of the Capitol, by most definitions I have seen, was
yes.
part.
Well, I would
of an
I would argue
insurrection.
that yes, it meets the. I would argue yes, that
Yeah.
meets the definition of an insurrection. But
Yeah.
that's that's not the point I'm trying to make. Like, he's just using the word because it was used against
Yeah,
his
that's exactly. This is
supporters.
exact. That's like literally what I said. That's so funny. I had said that the other as soon as they started saying calling everyone insurrectionists, I was like, ever since the whole insurrection thing with January 6th, I've heard Trump say the word insurrection more times than he'd ever said it before. Suddenly, it's just like everything's an insurrection. It's like when somebody learns a new word and they want to use it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have taught him the word. Like, this is on you.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize our president was an elementary schooler.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, you could have. Somebody should have told him. Shit. Oh, man. Well, I am little by little feeling a little better about things, though, because it does seem like, public opinion is pretty strongly turning against him.
Yeah.
It's looking like it's going to be pretty good for the Democrats in November if things continue the way they are. It's hard to say this far out, but right now it's looking pretty good for the midterms. Yeah. He's
Nice.
there's a general trend here. His disapproval according to like the Nate Silver the Nate Silver bulletin is at 54.3, which is around basically the highest it's been his whole presidency. His disapproval, sorry, is about the highest it's been his whole presidency on on aggregate. Whereas his approval, same story, about the lowest it's been through his presidency on aggregate. He's around the low on immigration. Like he started plus, like, let's say last February, like a year ago, he was like plus 11% around, plus 10, plus 11, plus 9% on immigration net, and now he's around negative 12 pretty solidly on immigration, which is his best issue. That's his best issue. On the economy, he's negative 16, trade negative 20, inflation negative 26. Those economic factors, and as we were talking about this earlier too, those economic, what up, neighbor Rooney? Those economic factors, that is poison for a political party. If people are not happy with your economic performance, you lose. Oh my god. All it takes is living in one share house in your 20s to see how these retarded socialist bitches really feel about resource distribution when you accidentally eat one of their yogurts.
Well, I mean, the person that said that is not wrong.
Yeah, it was a meme. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Anyway, how's classes been?
Fucking infuriating.
Really? What have you been working on?
So I drafted my first proposal on my thesis. And what else did I?
Share what you're trying to do, or are you keeping it to yourself for now?
Keeping it to myself for now. Thank
Very
you.
fair. Very fair. I'd be interested to hear more about it off stream sometime. But yeah, that's cool. That's a big deal. What are some of the classes you're taking right now?
Let's see. There is what is it called? It's like a accounting thingy, and then there's like a production, advanced production engineering thing, and some other one I forgot the name of.
And what's the specific masters that you're going for?
Production engineering and management.
Cool. Useful. Very,
Thank you.
very on the money for certain
Useful.
things.
Yes, very useful. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm aware. Thank you.
very, very particular for a certain type of job or company that one might talk about or mention in another discussion.
Smooth.
But yeah, that's really interesting. I really do want to hear more about it. When do you because like I don't know now like what your new schedule is like. You should like
Fucking crazy.
yeah, you should send me something so I know like when are good times to call and check in.
Well, let's see. Not now. Probably sometime in the middle of next month.
The middle of next month. Okay. Cool. What about like on a weekend? Like checking in like
Bitch,
on
I have.
weekends.
Bitch, I work and I fucking do this.
You don't have a few minutes to say hi to your buddy?
Which I'm here now. Be happy with that.
You are. I am happy. I was very happy to see you pop in actually.
Me too.
Yeah, I did mean to try to reach out this morning, but I woke up a little later than I meant to. As it happened.
Which, like this morning, I was already busy.
I figured, but I'd still try to reach out, right, to show that I care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I know.
Dogs break through a wall while playing, then freeze when they realize what they've done. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, they get in trouble.
Oh yeah, I'm also selling my apartment.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, I can't pay $2,000 in like servicing the loan when I'm studying. I need to go down in like work time.
All right.
It
So,
doesn't. This
are-
does not work.
are you gonna like be able to like sell it and then rent it out, or are you gonna have to move?
I'm gonna move.
Like closer
How
to
do you wait?
school
What?
or
How
what?
do you?
Well, sometimes if you sell it to like a landlord who rents it out, you'll be like, "Hey, I just can't afford your mortgage." I don't know.
That, well, how would that reduce my cost?
I don't know. It
If the
wouldn't. I
servicing of the
wasn't.
how would the servicing of the loan would not
Listen.
like drop?
Listen. I cannot promise you that I thought that through before I said it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was using a can of Scotch Guard on my car, and I thought of our vice president. Wait, why? What am I missing? What's the context that I'm missing right now, Daniel? Oh, does that protect a couch? Is Scotch Guard used to protect a couch? He's very central with furniture. Scotch Guard is waterproofing. Okay. Yeah, okay, I did get it. All right. Yeah, it's funny and sad. Oof. Not good. Very bad. Oh gosh. So what's the tell us something you learned at school this week, Steele.
Bitch, this week is today. I have not had classes today.
I meant in the last 7 days, but then we could say last week.
Uh, I learned about like that. You're not gonna understand it anyway. So like, what's the point?
It's still interesting. Tell us. Teach us.
No, I'm not a teacher.
Teach us.
Not yet.
Simple.
Bitch, I'm not doing a doctorate. There is no teaching requirement. I'll teach you if I do a doctorate. Then I can teach you.
Okay. Well, maybe save the doctorate for like, you know, later.
What do you mean later? No, if I do a doctorate, I'm doing it now.
Oh.
Not now. Well, later.
Alright, well, don't do doctorate. We got stuff to do. Do doctorate.
Well, you don't want me to get. You don't want me to be educated. You don't want to call me a doctor.
I would love to if it didn't take you 4 years from now.
Oh, it's 4 years after my masters, which finish in 2 years.
So I would love to if it didn't take you 6 years from now.
Yeah.
My mom just retired from the State Department, and she's starting a new master's program.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is it a 1 year or 2 year?
2 year, I think.
Is it in psychology?
Yes. She wants to open a practice. Spend her retirement doing
nice.
therapy.
Oh, maybe you can go to therapy.
What's that?
I said maybe you can go to therapy.
I have a therapist.
Yes, but not a free one.
I don't know if getting therapy from my Jewish mother is the right move for me, okay?
What? You don't like the judging?
It's, let's say it's a thing.
I would love to be your mother's patient. She's so reasonable. Plus, she loves me.
She does love you, and she is lovely and wonderful and reasonable. But yeah, I think it would be a little bit different if it was me versus you, considering I'm her son. And
Oh yeah, well,
she is a Jewish mother who's, you know, a pro at the Jewish mothering.
mhm. Yeah. So she'll be like, "Why you're not doctor yet, huh?"
Yeah, exactly. She'll be like, I had a whole career at the State Department, and I got a master's afterwards and became a therapist. Why aren't you a fucking doctor yet? That's basically
Exactly.
how it would go. Which
Or lawyer. Well,
Or a
why aren't you a
lawyer.
lawyer yet?
I know, actually. I don't think it would be that difficult.
Well,
Having
yeah.
listened
No,
to-
just go to law school. You just need to pass the bar.
Yeah. My dad.
Actually, you do not.
My
You
dad
don't need to
actually
go to
passed
law
the-
school. You just
the
need to pass.
LSAT, and then he just was like, I don't really want to be a lawyer. So I know it's in my family. And of course, obviously, I have lots of... I mean, we're Jewish. I have lots of doctors and shit in my family. You know how it goes.
Well, it's either you're Jewish or you're Indian.
Well, I'm not Indian.
Well,
Daniel says, tradition, you'd be Gupko.
well, you can be Pakistani too. Like either or works.
Well, I'm
What?
not Pakistani.
I don't know, like the bold look. So it tells me differently.
You think Jews aren't bald? Did I just almost say... I almost said bald.
Oh no.
Oh,
it has
jeez. The song from Fiddler on the Roof. I know. Tradition, 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 tradition. Yep.
You should not start a career in singing.
My voice is
dare you.
angelic. Okay.
He should
It's-
not. He should not start a career in imitating.
I
Who's
know
this?
you really don't like
You,
it when I do the Donald
I think
Trump
you're gonna
thing.
have to do both.
I beg you, don't fucking put things in his head, Aurora.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him become both of these things now. Thank you guys.
Nah, don't do it. I
I
beg.
love you, baby.
Oh, I will.
You just entered my.
It's the half-done challenge accepted.
I see. You're now on the bad list.
Yay! I can make food for you or something.
Are you making food for me or for him?
Yeah,
She make food
well,
for you.
maybe for both. I don't know. Come over, fam.
She'll make good.
Come over,
Jewish,
fam, it's
she'll make
crazy.
Jewish food for you. Some bagels and.
Oh my
lox.
god.
Happy Hanukkah.
Bitch, that ain't Jewish food. I'm gonna fucking.
Swedishy, because it runs in the family.
That's not so kosher of you, Aurora.
I feel like this is
Keep
some
it
form of cultural
kosher.
appropriation.
Well,
638.
wait, how?
What?
Fuck! Batman, no!
How?
Singing
Cultural.
show tunes is Trump.
Bro, honestly, bro, a lot of.
Matchmaker,
A,
make me a
a,
match.
Fight me.
Oh jeez, that
I
actually
like when you
is,
scream like
that's
that.
fun. I kind of want to do that and sing the song as Trump. That's so funny.
Man, I'm so excited.
Why?
My work is finished almost. My masterpiece.
Oh, your app.
Yes.
Good shit, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing I need to do right now is the login page, then it's done.
Get it.
I love you too, by the way. I'm so delayed. It was delayed by like
Oh
5 minutes.
jeez.
No big deal. I was
And
like,
in the
wait
middle
a
of the song, you
minute.
ramble off on one of those Trump dementia streams of thought. That's fucking hilarious.
There we go. Oh, I need all the caffeine. So wait, Steel's moving.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Wait, so you're selling your apartment?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
I don't know if that's a congratulations thing.
I
But
mean,
sure.
how do you
Thank you.
feel? Yeah, how do you feel about that?
How does it feel?
You wish you could stay, but times are hard, right?
We got a bachelor pad.
I mean, times aren't hard, but like, like the math doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sacrifices.
Math is not
for
mathing.
school.
Mathing. That's what I mean. Like it's a hard time because of school.
You gotta do it. He's just gotta do it.
Like the math hard, I guess. Yeah, fact.
Oh, I mean, like you trying to like map it out, like when the mortgage and principal payments are like $2,000 a month, and you get in like
Lots of school.
and yeah, well, you also have like the additional expenses of like school shit. Like, do they have? Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Like my outgoing expenditure, my outgoing expenditure is like 3,700 a month. Nah,
Yeah, that's wild. What is your plan for a living then, Mac?
I am possibly moving to the south of Europe.
Ooh.
Are you gonna stay as a chef?
I'm sorry, what though?
Are you gonna stay as a chef?
He's not a chef.
I wish.
What is he?
I'm sorry.
What are you, Steel?
What? I am sorry, what though? Who? Why do you
I
think
thought
I'm a chef?
because okay, this is weird to bring. I remember speaking to you. You and Jordan talking about like plating and stuff and food, and I'm like,
Oh.
is this dude a chef?
His family.
Oh right,
His
the
family
plating of your
were,
dishes.
but like he's not.
Damn, I would like to try Swedish food.
I'm a kid of a restaurateur. No, I'm not a fucking chef.
You're a kid of a restaurateur.
It's not a
Yes.
fucking chef.
That's awesome. I worked for Chipotle and we were trying to become a restaurateur store.
Bro, I would like to be a fucking bro. I would like to try Chipotle for the like. I heard it's godly.
Oh, I'll get it for you if you're here.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, you must.
I mean, I don't mind if you deliver me some Chipotle. You know.
Well, no, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna sell the apartment. Hopefully, I'll talk to my realtor tomorrow. I'm moving all my shit out by the end of this week, and I'm hopping a plane to Barcelona. I think for like 2 or 3 weeks,
Nice.
and then
Oh.
Why?
then I'll see where the fuck I end up.
For a vacation? For some time off?
No,
For work?
no, no.
For school?
Like, school is a hybrid thing. It's like partially in the UK and partially online.
Okay. So, but neither
That's
of
pretty
those
ideal.
places are Barcelona.
Barcelona is cheaper.
Oh, so yeah, if you can do it. But what about for your work?
Well, I resigned from that
Oh.
position and I have an online position opening up in like a couple of weeks.
Well, that's good.
Congratulations. I don't feel like those are that easy to acquire, so
That was pretty easy.
He's got a lot of experience. And it's Europe,
yeah, I figured.
you know.
Yeah, if you're
Fuck
upper-
me in the ass.
They're commies. They want to give you work, so.
Well,
That
no,
was
it's like
specific, sir.
it's a Dutch company.
You know, if he wants to be part of the proletariat, he needs to contribute.
Who the fuck is part of the proletariat?
No, I'm just
And then what else am I debating? I'm debating if I'm gonna go see a friend in New York for like 2 months.
Oh, well, if you make it out to the West Coast.
Bitch, New York is on the other side of the country.
I understand that, which is why I said if you make it out to the West Coast.
Bro, Jordan.
Or if you go down to DC, you can see my mom and say hi.
Don't you feel
Well, yeah.
loved still? You're so loved.
I know she'd love to see you.
I know.
Yeah, she does.
I'm gonna go visit your mom.
Yeah, she loves you.
I'm gonna be like, hi.
Yeah, no, she would actually be thrilled. So.
It's gonna be like, hey, Jordan, he's at my door.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Can I go?
I'm
I'm Batman.
Please.
To be like, why can't you bring home any nice something?
Yeah.
The juice.
I was like, where are we going with this? What were you gonna say, Rain?
I said the juice.
The juice.
Oh.
Yeah,
What do you mean the Jews?
I
the
think we know
juice,
what
like
he
a juice. I didn't say the Jews. I just said fuck you.
Of course you did. You didn't.
Of course, Jordan has to twist it a little bit. The juice.
Yeah, no, Jordan twisted it. It's not that you said the Jews. No.
Yeah, I said I love.
Yes, you love the Jews.
Listen, he loves all people. Okay,
I have no enemies.
none
Or do you?
Yet.
except for that guy, that one dude at the shop who was being a dick.
Let's not talk about it.
We don't have to talk about it.
So you do have an enemy. What did you do to him?
Well, it wasn't an enemy. It's a casualty.
Ah,
Oh, you killed him. You killed him. That's rude.
No, I didn't kill him.
yet.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I was gonna say that. Fuck you, Jordan.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Batman.
Oh, dude.
Speaking of Batman, I'm playing Arkham Knight right now.
I
I
figured.
figured.
Yeah, figured that's why you kept saying I'm Batman.
Hey, everyone loves him, bro.
I mean,
Everybody
I'm
does love. Well, not the
I don't know if
Joker.
that's true.
Actually, the Joker does love Batman
Uh-huh.
because he like completes him sort of in a way.
Bro,
Are you
Joker-
saying that the Joker is Batman's soulmate?
In a way, he kind of sees it that way. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're saying he has a crush on Batman?
No, Joker's like whole philosophy about it is like who he is doesn't exist without Batman. They're like.
Oh.
So
he's
you're
like
saying that
foil.
without Batman, the Joker doesn't exist as a person, meaning that the Joker needs Batman, right? So
Yeah.
they are lovers, and it's a gay romance.
Well, I'm not saying.
You-
I'm not saying that. Okay.
yes, you are.
That's how Joker like views their
You're saying that's how it is.
relationship. Their
I will now
tete-a-tete,
tell
if
everyone.
you will.
I will tell everyone that
Right.
Batman is now a gay rom-com.
I'm
Okay.
good for it.
I mean, I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
I'm very here for this.
It'd be fun to
Joker,
watch
the
other people get
the
triggered
gay
about it,
icon.
though.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
They,
sounds-
you know Joker is a gay icon.
No, but it tracks. If true.
Yeah, first person in drag.
Yeah,
Oh.
Really? First?
no way.
Well. Now he is.
Okay.
We've just established this. We've
Confused.
we've retconned history.
Ooh, gotcha.
Are you taking off, neighbor Rooney?
Dare you. Didn't even get in the Discord.
Neighbor Rooney does not have Discord. All right, we'll see you later. I'll see you tonight, buddy.
Why not? Why doesn't he have Discord?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but there seem to be decent enough reasons for. I think some like work related reasons or something. Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh, well, no, that's what happens when you work for the CIA.
Oh, Neighbor Rooney, you've been outed. Mhm.
Or is it Mossad? Pretty much the same thing.
I cannot comment. Okay, my Mossad paycheck would be.
Look, don't worry about your Mossad paycheck. I spoke to BB. You're doing a fantastic job. Yeah. You know I have him in my contacts, right?
What?
Okay. Look at you.
I have him under Dickhead.
Nice.
Uh,
Appropriate.
Excellent.
He is one.
he always drunk text me in like weird hours.
One.
Is he in drag?
No, we tried to put him in drag, but he didn't like it.
Neighbor Rooney says the Steele dossier has more than one meaning. That's funny.
Hey, simmer down.
I mean, we tried to put him in drag, but he didn't really like it. He's kind of homophobic in that regard.
Oh, we can adjust to it.
How rude.
Just breathe through it.
He was screaming something about Goyim.
No.
Shut up, Goy.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's like racist.
Oh.
Goy is not racist. Oh.
It's not
Well,
racist, but it means infidel, basically.
No, it
You
doesn't.
kafir.
No, it doesn't. It literally just means non-Jew. You can use it derogatorily, but it doesn't have to be derogatory. It's not by default derogatory.
I don't want
that
What?
it feels derogatory.
It's not.
Well, my feelings don't care about your facts. Thank you. Bye.
Very well, Ben Shapiro, if you say so.
to.
What happened to Ben Shapiro? I haven't heard from him in a while,
Oh,
especially after
he's
Charlie
still
Kirk.
around.
He's still alive.
Yep.
Unfortunately. No, I'm joking.
No, no. He's a lovely person. He's so Jewish.
He is very Jewish. That is true.
Mm,
Quite Jewish.
yeah, it's quite Jewish. Let's see. Who was I paying for what now again?
Very Jew.
Ugh, not him again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Why the contradictory?
hi.
Goodbye.
All right. Wrapping up the early stream, friends. I will be on again in 4 hours. And we'll get even more into politics stuff. As always, thanks for hanging out. I love you guys. I will see y'all later.
No,
Bye.